Hi, my name is Ifunanya Ikhile. I'm a pharmacist, a lecturer at the University of Port Harcourt in Nigeria, a PhD candidate at the University of Nottingham in UK, and a collaborator on a national project in Nigeria with FIP. This project is focused on needs-based pharmacy education. Today I'll be speaking to us about the Pharmaceutical Workforce Development Goals. These are a group of goals that were developed by the International Pharmaceutical Federation at the Global Conference for Pharmacy and Pharmaceutical Sciences Education in Nanjing, China in the year 2016. So an outline for the presentation. I'll give a brief background, speak about the 13 workforce development goals, speak about the 3 clusters, discuss these in the African context, and very briefly talk about my research, and then we'll conclude. I don't think I need to convince pharmacists about the importance of health or the importance of the health workforce to health. Globally, health is recognized as an indicator of and a condition for development. And the health workforce is the engine that moves the health vehicle. Basically, there is no health without a health workforce. So FIP has designed some developmental milestones for education. These will help us to get from where we are to where we need to be, though the gap may be wide. If we keep these goals in view, we can bridge this gap. These goals can serve as a platform for our long-term plans, our medium-term plans, and our short-term plans, as a country and as a continent. These are the 13 pharmaceutical workforce development goals. The first 3 blue icons fall within the academic cluster. The next 5 green icons within the professional development cluster. And the next 5 purple icons within the systems cluster. We'll speak more about these as we go on. The first cluster is the academic cluster. This focuses on schools, universities, and education providers. There are 3 goals within this cluster. The first, academic capacity. The second, foundation through training. And the third, quality assurance. I've picked out a few indicators that I think may be relevant to us in Africa. Ensuring that our pharmacy programs are needs-based. Ensuring that they are tailored to meet societal healthcare needs. Ensuring that our programs meet national as well as international standards. Ensuring interprofessional education, not just interprofessional practice, but a situation where, for example, medical students, pharmacy students, nursing students can have classes together. Training our pharmacy educators, our lecturers, understanding that a PhD alone may not be sufficient for a lecturer to teach undergraduate pharmacy courses. Ensuring that our students are mentored by academic pharmacists, yes, but also by experienced pharmacists in practice, in other sectors of practice. Ensuring that our pharmacy programs are quality assured. We do this by accreditation, but ensuring that these accreditation exercises are transparent. Involving stakeholders, seeing to it that there is a shared ownership for decisions made, and attracting young pharmacists to all areas of pharmacy practice, especially areas where we don't have a lot of pharmacists in practice, such as nuclear pharmacy and veterinary pharmacy in Africa. The second cluster is the professional development cluster. This focuses on the pharmaceutical workforce. There are 5 goals within this cluster. The first, advanced and specialist development. The second, competency development. The third, leadership development. The fourth, service provision and workforce education and training. And the fifth, working with others. I think these goals are self-explanatory. As I did with the first cluster, I've got some indicators here that I think may be helpful. We need to have a common definition for specialization. We need to have a clear post-graduation career pathway for specialization as well. What does it mean to be a specialist pharmacist? What are the competencies that a specialist pharmacist needs to possess in all pharmacy sectors, all practice sectors? Ensuring that there is collaborative working, not just within the profession, but outside of the pharmacy profession, working collaboratively engaging in partnerships with other healthcare professionals to get the best health outcomes for patients, ensuring that there are professional recognition programs, advancement markers. How do you know you are making progress in your career as a pharmacist? Ensuring that all the tools that are employed to improve practice are evidence-based. They are based on research. Ensuring that leadership skills at all stages are prioritized, not just for pharmacists in advanced practice, but also for early year career pharmacists. For young pharmacists need to be trained as leaders. Leadership cuts across every cadre. The third cluster is the systems cluster. This focuses on policy, governmental planning, strategy, and monitoring. There are 5 goals within this cluster. The first is continuing professional development strategies. The second, gender and diversity balances. The third, workforce impact. The fourth, workforce intelligence. And the fifth, workforce policy formation. The first 2 are self-explanatory. But workforce impact here refers to an evidence of the impact of the pharmaceutical workforce within health systems. What contribution the pharmaceutical workforce is making to the health status of the country in which the pharmacists practice. Workforce intelligence refers to collating and sharing workforce data and ensuring that this data is taken into cognizance for planning activities. Having an understanding that we cannot manage what we don't measure. Workforce policy formation speaks about clear strategies to implement needs-based development of the pharmaceutical workforce, right from initial education all the way to advanced practice. So, my research being carried out presently in Nigeria in collaboration with FIP Ed is focused on needs-based pharmacy education, ensuring that the recently approved PharmD program in Nigeria is tailored to meet the societal healthcare needs and takes into account extrinsic factors that may have an impact on how well it can work. I'm doing this using the mixed methods methodology, engaging with stakeholders at every stage to gain their perspectives on the barriers and facilitators that can help to achieve needs-based pharmacy education in Nigeria. If you need to know more about this, you'll find my email at the end of the presentation. You could send me an email and I'll send you more information on this research. So we've spoken about these 13 goals and we know that we need to work towards the achievement of these goals. But there are several barriers that work against this in the African context. The chief of them being workforce shortages. Others such as conflicting roles. Pharmacists don't know the roles they are supposed to perform. We find a lot of conflict with other healthcare professionals. Geographical disparity also in access to medicines for patients. Disparity in workforce numbers, pharmacy workforce numbers. Corruption and insecurity, lack of funds and resources. These are all barriers that we need to surmount to be able to achieve these goals, working in collaboration and engaging meaningfully. So in summary, I'd like us to remember these key points. Workforce development is key to healthcare progress. We cannot make healthcare progress without developing our pharmaceutical workforce. And FIP has designed milestones and goals to help with workforce development. These goals are equally important. None is more important than the other, and they should all be taken into account while making plans. The local context and all our peculiarities should also be considered when making these plans to ensure that we are able to achieve these goals. And this achievement is collaborative. It's not a one-man show. It's not something one person alone can do. We all need to work together to ensure that we achieve this. These are a few references that I used during the presentation. Like I said earlier, collaboration is everything. Thank you very much. If you'd like an e-copy or a PDF file for the Pharmaceutical Workforce Development Goals, you can find this on the FIP website under the Publications segment. Thank you very much for listening and have a great day.